Yeah, and that's what I talked about, one of the keys. We got to be able to handle the momentum, which, it's those little plays where we get a turnover, but then we turn it right back over. Or we get a defensive stop, then somehow we just turn it right back over. We don't need those.
Need to value possessions in a game like this.
And get some rebounds. I thought we did a better job in that second quarter towards the end there rebounding.
We went big, a little bit bigger, for the first time. So we'll see what the Cats can do. Again, 9 minutes on the clock here as we enter the halftime show. Okay, before we send you off, we're going to have Coach or Mr. Harper come on and talk to us. But let's talk about some adjustments. Let's go into the Bearcat locker room real quick.
Adjustment-wise, we got back in this game late in the second quarter. I don't know how much you changed. I think you talk about defensively because we're losing. If we're a bit of a man zone type deal going on, and somebody's losing their man. So we just got to talk about reinforced defense. Make sure that you have your man. And then offensively, there's really not too much to do. Just kind of got to get those three guys going a little bit.
So we'll see if they can do that. Let's look at the quarter breakdown real quick, and then we'll go to the Battle side for halftime. John Battle won the first quarter 18-12, outscored the Cats in the second quarter 19-16 to lead 37-28 at half. Okay, let's go to Coach Odom's side and the green side of the things. What do they think?
For the biggest thing is, you hope Tyler doesn't heat up, but we got to keep somebody on him. I definitely make sure that you know where he is at all times. I think right now they're going to worry about three players right now offensively. Alex, Gavin, and Tyler. Just make sure with those three guys all the time. If Virginia High's going to come back and beat us, I know he's pretty saying we're going to make somebody else beat us.
So with that, those three. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. When we get back, we'll have Virginia High Athletic Director Brad Harper join us here from John Battle High School. We'll be right back. We're going to take a 30-second timeout.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Halftime Report. We're now joined by Virginia High Athletic Director and Assistant Principal Brad Harper. Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Harper.
Always good to be with you, Dylan. Reese has kind of been your stand-in here lately. Mark, I'm a little worried about him. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I don't know where he's been. I think he's out of town tonight, but maybe we get him back for the playoffs.
We hope so. But always, you guys do a great job, and always a good time being on Bearcat Radio with you all.
So Cats trail 37-28 at half, and the girls varsity, in case you're just tuning in, had a tough loss in the first game in overtime, 54-51, and just the fouls started piling up on them right there about halfway through the game and couldn't really get back into things, and brought you on here to talk about it's been a busy day for Virginia High, and about everything was going on today. So can you give us sort of a rundown if you can do it off the top of your head?
Sure. Wrestling was at Lebanon High School at the Southwest District dual tournament. Didn't perform quite like we would have, but this was mainly just an opportunity to recognize a district champion, dual district champion. Our Coach Schuler's focus and Coach Belcher's focus is to get those individuals ready for the region tournament next week. That's an all-in format, so didn't keep anybody from going to the regional tournament or anything. Just a quick text with Coach Schuler there a little while ago. I don't think we quite performed the way we wanted to, but it all counts for real next Saturday at Lebanon in the regional tournament.
So that was going on.
We had forensics at Tazewell High School. They left at like 6:30 this morning and got back 7:30 tonight. We had one, Rachel Locke, advanced from Virginia High to the Super Regional, which will be March 3rd at Tazewell High School. We're getting ready for the regional swim meet that we'll host next Wednesday night. Also, we have a girls' makeup game with Graham that night as well. So next few weeks, anytime you get here at the end of the season with weather cancellations and moving stuff around and postseason, hopefully our girls, even though we came up a little short tonight, they're still in great place or great shape in the district as far as being undefeated and just got to take care of business. Next week, got Graham twice, Lebanon, which will be a big one at home Tuesday night, senior night, and then Richlands on Saturday. So
yeah, it's definitely a tough. I know you hate, as far as from a scheduling standpoint, to have 4 games like that, but you have to really. to get that in. And is there any possibility, me and Coach Sidnor have talked about this, is there any possibility if the Cats beat Lebanon on Tuesday night that we just go to Graham and Graham doesn't come to us on?
No. We'll have to play it out. So just because there's
regional, just wishful thing.
it would be good. Yeah, you hate to have that back-to-back format, and you certainly hate to, play in Graham on Wednesday and then turn around and travel up there on Friday. But, like I said, everyone's kind of in the same boat this point in the year. I think Richlands is kind of looking at the same thing. Graham's looking at the same thing. So just do the best you can to try to get them in. And, those district games are really what count. And, hopefully we'll take care of business on the girls' side. The boys are right in the thick of and I can't even begin to try to sort that out right now. But
oh gosh, yeah, they're tied for second as of right now.
Right, but it's a log jam there, and Graham's obviously the class.
Graham and then the rest. Yeah.
Right, but anybody can beat anyone, and that. So hopefully, we'll have a good week next week. Maybe get a home quarterfinal game before going to Graham for the semis, and but we just got to take care of business and control what we can control. And no, I can't fault the guys or the girls' efforts. I mean, playing really hard, but it just seems like, struggling in transition a little bit. We gave up a lot of easy shots in the first half of this one, and, like I said, kids are busting their tails. It's just we need to stop the ball a little bit sooner.
Yeah, Battle's getting a lot of drives to the basket, pretty open looks, and pick and rolls killing the Cats right now. Communication really hurting them defensively here in this boys game. Also today, Lane Carroll, Colton Ratcliffe earned spots on the 2017 All-Defensive Team for the Bristol Herald Courier. So.
No doubt about those two being deserving. I mean, Colton blocked all kinds of kicks. Lane's skill set as a punter and kicker, and even what he did as a receiver certainly speak for themselves. But, punter, I guess, is considered defensive. So, who knows? Maybe we'll see him on the offensive side of the ball as a player.
We might see him as that. I was surprised, that we got all those guys, and we got two guys there, but we had a couple guys left out. I figured Adkins might get in there, maybe Rose, but they let me down on that.
Yeah, I was a little surprised.
But again, it's just
I was a little surprised by Aaron being left off. He's an all-region linebacker, and but they do the best they can, and the Bristol Herald Courier covers a large area, so you want to have good representation, but. The Colton and Lane were both very deserving, and good news is we get Aaron back next year, so I'm sure he will have a great season next year, and we'll see what happens.
Again, that was a fun football season too. I was just had a flashback when I pulled in here because that's where we started our broadcast from. Was from Battle here the second week of the year.
Put it together in about a week's time. So, but it's amazing what it's grown into in a relatively short period of time.
Yeah, just really one season, really.
And looking forward to I've already got a couple comments about the baseball graphic, and, we certainly hope this is something that we can grow and continue to
It hasn't been posted yet, though.
No, but
we'll post it here in a few days.
But, it's it looks good. And like I said, the graphics you do on game day certainly get a lot of retweets and follows, and so that's just, that's good PR for the kids, and you do a good job with those. They look like they're professionally done. I don't want to.
Oh, look at you bragging on them.
I don't want your head to swell, but I mean, it looks good. And, kids really enjoy seeing themselves up on something like that. And
I'm seeing a couple of other teams doing that around. I know Union does it. Gate City's been doing it a little bit, but we get ready to head into the second half of this one. We'll have to get you on the call for some baseball probably. When we got a little bit longer range, we can just talk it out.
Yeah, your crowd control is not quite as important in baseball season because you have some natural barriers there. So, but like I said, I always enjoy being with you guys. Enjoy listening. Listen to the pregame show coming in. You and Coach Sidner are doing a great job, and keep up the good work.
All right. Well, thank you. And again, we'll release that baseball stuff here pretty soon. So thank to Athletic Director Brad Harper for joining us there for a second as we get set now to get going in this second half. Cats trail 37-28 as we'll bring Coach Sidnor back out back into the booth here, a little makeshift booth, get him all set up, and we get it going. Cats will get the ball. You're in. As the Cats will control here to start the second half, trailing by 9. Alex Inman dribbles left side. All right, what are some things you expect here in the second half? We talked about adjustments that need to be made as they get it to Clifton down the block. Now Strong has it, but
I expect and I hope that our Bearcats come out and realize that they're down, but they're not out. Come out here and try to win this third quarter. You win this third quarter and put Battle on their heels here. I think that we can ultimately beat them in the fourth quarter. So I think whoever wins this third quarter is ultimately probably going to win the game.
Foul called there on Mikey Stadeye. That's his second as Johnny Wynn was trying to get to the hoop. That's a big second foul on him early in this second half. He's played well in this one. Also playing well, John Clifton for the Bearcats. Gavin Austin a little quiet, but again coming off the flu. As he goes inside, rotates, and right on cue, Gavin Austin with 2 points. It cuts it to a 7-point lead. And we're seeing the Cats go back to a little bit of pressure here, not as
got to communicate
stingy.
here. Communicate here defensively.
Now they get it down to Stadeye, driving baseline, pass out. Reed Samuel, three-pointer wide open, missed. And Clifton comes down with the board. Showing off the wingspan there, reaching up with one hand. Now Austin, bounce pass strong, right corner, missed. Long rebound goes out to Win on the backside.
Contact there.
And now Inman collects and drives to the hoop. And a block over the top as Doug Logan's blocked the last two shots from Inman. How does that change things? Okay, you're Alex Inman, you want to drive. How do you mix it up? You got Logan towered above you.
Well, and that's what I said. We got to start hitting some outside shots to spread out Battle's defense.
37-30 as the Cats come set here for a baseline inbounds. They'll get it out to John Clifton out at the top. He won't take that wide open three.
But if I'm Alex, I go right at him and try my best to get the foul call.
Yeah, he was just kind of hanging around the back right there these last couple of blocks. He just sort of came out of nowhere. Inman trying to get a pass out. He gets it to Austin at the top, guarded by Stadeye. Now Austin backs it back out.
Let's try to work around, get an open look here.
Austin driving left side of the lane, floater, missed. Rebound brought down by Logan. Brown tried to bat it out, or Clifton did, but couldn't get a piece of it. Now John Battle pushing it down the floor. Reed Samuel pulls it back out near the three-point line. Caleb Goins had a good first half, too. He has the ball, and he gives it back up to Caden McConley. Inside Stadeye, spinning layup, got it with the contact. I don't know who that goes on, Austin or Clifton. Let's see if it's.
Is that Gavin?
I think it's like Gavin, too. I think it was Austin, but we'll see. 6:09 to go, 39. Yeah, it's Austin, his first. 39-30, and Stadeye will go to the line for an and one attempt, and it is up and hits off the front, bounces out, but Goins comes down with the offensive board, and he's fouled by Clifton. Is that 4 on Clifton or 3?
Should only be 3.
39-30.
Only a second. Only a second.
Goins will go to the line. That's true. They checked down here earlier in the game, I believe. Goins makes the first, back to a 10-point lead. So the Cats have cut it to 7, but down here the rebounding advantage after a couple of missed free throws goes back to John Battle. Second free throw up and off. Long rebound comes out to Wynn. Usually a long rebound means an offensive board, but Wynn able to run it down with the speed. They get it inside to Strong, nearly turnover. Strong goes up in midair and throws it away and out of bounds off of McConley. So Virginia High will get the possession back. That's always risky. When you're in the paint, you make a jump pass, and you're relying on the guy you're throwing it to stand where he's at.
Right, yeah.
But you don't lose anything. You get the ball right back. Cats.
Yeah. Well, I kind of hate throwing it inside a lot, too, because you got a lot of hands, a lot of bodies down there. You never know.
They get it to Clifton. I would say Clifton's around 12, 14 points at this point in this one. He's had a good first half, and he's provided most of the scoring. They cut it to 8, 40-32.
But you talked about it, that depth, some other guys have stepped up.
Now McConley has it. They get it up past half court. McConley driving, right hand, missed. The board comes down, and a lot of contact inside as Clifton was away up there. Luckily, it seems like everybody's all right. Reed Samuel and both of them went up really high, and usually when you come up like that and have a lot of contact,
it's not a good thing, but
it's never.
Seems like everybody's okay.
They'll make a substitution as they will check out Reed Samuel, and coming into the game, 21, Landon Castile. And I believe he's playing with 2 fouls early in this second half. Austin out on the right wing, dribbles it back up to the top, working off a screen from Clifton. Now getting it inside the paint, right hand. Austin misses short, comes down with his own board and back in. And it's a 6-point lead for Battle. That's a big shot there to get the board, but we get a foul over here near half court as Stadeye runs into Austin. A little bit of a bailout here, but I don't know.
That's 2 on him now.
Yeah, in this quarter, the first 2 for Austin. 40-34. This seems like an important time for the Cats. Cut it back here, get it in single. You got it to a single digit deficit, sort of keep it right here.